Okay, let's keep working our way through our list of HTML items. We've got 3 more left on the bottom. 2 of these go in our head tag, and 1 is the HTML file name itself. We've got the title tag, the slug, and the meta description tag. These are probably the most important SEO-wise. So why did I group these 3 together? Why are these 3 so important? Because these are the 3 properties that Google may use when they craft your website snippet. Your website snippet is this little body of text here that gives the Google users a glimpse about what your web page contains. So recall, our example web page at puppyplace.com was about how to build a doghouse. So this red area, the snippet, reflects Google's attempt to summarize your website for their users. Now, how does Google actually create this text? They simply copy it from your HTML code. This blue title here is taken from our title tag, the green URL is taken from our slug, our web page file name, and their black description here is taken from our meta description tag. Now, Google doesn't always use the content in these 3 tags explicitly. Sometimes Google uses portions of the text, or sometimes they don't use any of it. Or sometimes they modify the snippet based on the user's search query itself. But in any case, Google does often use this data, so it's in our interest to get these tags right. So let's take an in-depth look at each of these 3 items now. Let's start with the first one, the title tag. You'll notice that the title in our Google snippet, How to Build a Doghouse, Step-by-Step DIY Plans, was taken from our title tag on our web page. The title tag is commonly perceived to be the most important SEO item on your page. So there's a couple things to be cognizant of when crafting your title tag. First off, aesthetically speaking, you'll notice that the blue title of these web pages acts as a kind of lure for the Google users. Google users will typically click on the most relevant or appealing title they see in their search results. So you want to make your title text look appealing. Now, from an SEO perspective, it's important to place some derivation of your primary keyword phrase here. Recall, in our example web page, our primary keyword phrase was how to build a doghouse, and recall that our keyword research also revealed that our searchers were including other words in their queries like DIY, do-it-yourself, and simple, and plans. So we've included these in our title tag as well. Now, one oft-mentioned characteristic of title tags is their potential length, or character count. How long can your title tag be? The general rule in SEO is it should be about 55 characters long, but this isn't the whole story. If we measure the actual Google search results snippet width, then we get a value of about 512 pixels. So Google doesn't parse your title by character count. Rather, they go by character width. Not all characters have the same width. Here's the lowercase I and the uppercase h, and you'll notice that the difference in the width of these 2 characters is huge. The I is 3 pixels wide and the H is 11 pixels wide. So the actual rendered width of your title's composite characters is what determines how many of your characters will actually be substantiated in the resultant title. But that's just something to keep in mind. Again, the general rule is just to get 55 characters into your title tag and try to get the more important part of your message towards the front of the title tag, where it's sure to not get cut off by Google. Okay, how about the slug now? That's the second line, the green URL here. It's composed of our domain name, puppyplace.com, and the file name of our HTML document, doghouseplans.htm. This is sometimes called the slug in WordPress. But whatever abstraction you use, the text here references the document location in your domain. This is perhaps the second most important SEO property on a web page after the title tag. And here too, you want it to be composed of your most important keyword phrases. You'll notice in our example here, we chose to name our document file name Doghouse Plans. Now, that decision might be a little controversial because recall, our primary keyword phrase was how to build a doghouse. So, arguably, we could have named our document how to build a doghouse.htm. Some SEOs might argue that we should have, and they might be right. But since we already have this phrase, how to build a doghouse, all over our title tag and our document, then we're using this other SEO opportunity, our slug, to try to lure search traffic which may be seeking our content via a completely different keyword phrase, doghouse plans. So in theory, we're doubling down on our SEO opportunities here. And now finally, the meta description tag. The last line here in our snippet is gleaned from our meta description tag. Whatever you write in the content value of the meta description tag will show up in the Google snippet description if Google thinks it's relevant to their user's search query. They don't always use the meta description tag for this summary, but they often do. Now, from an SEO perspective, the meta description tag doesn't have any direct SEO value, but it does have indirect SEO value. Because if you write an appealing meta description tag, then this will beckon more people to click on your website as opposed to the other websites on the Google search results page. And if more people click on your link than the other links in this page, then you'll be increasing your CTR, your click-through rate. And this will cause your snippet to rise up on Google search engine results page. Now, size-wise, the general SEO rule has been to shoot for about 155 characters in your meta description tag. But again, Google will modify this number up or down depending on other factors. You'll notice on the Lowe's.com page, there's all sorts of weird things going on with the snippet description. But in any case, 155 characters is a good ballpark number to shoot for when you're writing your meta description text.